So for number 12, D, they just wanted you to sketch, the circle, ray OP, and the line L. You might want to use graph paper. Well, we actually did it as we were doing the problem, so I actually did 12D here, except I just have to make this array, and you'll see why in just a second. So we'll sketch, all we have to do is continue that out and make that into an array, and that would be easy to do. Just continue this out with a little arrow here like this. And you have the ray OP. So that's all we want to do there. And now letter D, or letter E, pardon me, is they want to use the calculator to do this. So I guess I better write this out, how we're going to put this in the calculator. So this would be 12E. So what we're going to do is, in order to get it in the calculator, we want to graph the circle, the line, and then this ray here, OP, and I've got the slope of OP, so I want to find the equation of the line OP, and I've already got this, so I got L, so let's see what we got here. So L is going to look like this. We've already got L. L was the Y equals negative 2x plus 23. Now we need OP. Sorry about that. So I'm going to find OP. Well, I got the slope and a point for OP, so that shouldn't be any trouble. As a matter of fact, it's just the same. Well, it's not the same after I shift it around. So let's do that next. So in order to find OP, equation of line OP, we've got, again, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So we got y minus equals m times x minus. And we can use either of these points for OP. So it goes through this point, but it has the slope of negative 1/2, so I've got to put that in. So my slope, I'm sorry, 1/2 is the negative reciprocal. So of this, so it's going to be 1/2. And then the points are the same. I can use the same points. So you can go back and look at C, and we put y minus 7 because we're using the point 8, 7. So y minus 7, x minus 8. And then we'll solve this and we'll get OP in terms of y, because we're going to have to put in the calculator. Okay, so we have y minus 7 equals, and that's going to be 1/2 x. And then minus 4. And then if I add 7 to both sides, I have y equals 1/2 x plus 3 if I add 7 to both sides. So that's OP. We're going to need that to graph the ray. And you'll see in just a second how we do that. And then we need to get the equation of the line. Now the equation of the line, back over here, was the circle. Circle O, I guess we can call that. The circle was x minus 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 45. So we have to get this in terms of y, so the first thing I'll do is I'll subtract, get all the y's on the left side. Y minus 4 squared equals 45 minus x minus 2 squared. And now I know y minus 4 would equal plus or minus the square root of 45 minus x minus 2 squared. And I would add 4 to both sides. So y would equal 4 plus or minus the square root of 45 minus x minus 2 squared. Now, we have a plus or minus, and we've got the equation of a circle, so this is going to be the top part of the circle. So in y1, I can put the top part of the circle. So this is up here, so this is L. This is OP up here. So y1, I can put the top part of the circle, so that's going to be 4 plus the square root of 45 minus x minus 2 squared. And then y2, I can put the bottom part of the circle, 4 minus that square root of 45 minus x minus 2 squared. So let's do that first. We'll put that in the top and the bottom of the circle. And then we'll put our two lines in. Y3, I'll put the line L, the tangent line, and then I would put the OP line in. That's just going to be 1/2 x plus 3. So this is what's going to go into your calculator like this, okay? So let's take a look at this and put this all in and see what happens. And I already put the plus in, the first part in. Save a little bit of time there, I guess you can see that, okay? So just look at your notes there. So now we're going to put the same thing in, but with a negative. So down in y2, we'll put 4 minus second square root of 45 minus parentheses x minus 2 parentheses squared, and then a parentheses around that because that's under the radical. And I think my window was, let's try our window of negative, like we did on our graph paper, should be okay. So we'll go negative 16. Oops, clear. Use the wrong negative. You got to use the little negative by the answer sign. Excuse me. So back to window, little negative 16, and then 16, and then I already did the other part here, so let's graph this. Now there's the top part of your circle, and there's the bottom part of your circle. Now since it's so flat, we lose a little bit of that because it's almost vertical at those points. Now it doesn't look like a circle, so we can go to zoom square, number 5, and then it'll look more like a circle now. So that's what we've got. Okay. All right. Now let's go and graph our tangent line. So go back into y, and down here we'll put the tangent line, which was negative 2x, little negative, sorry, 2x, don't forget that little negative sign, plus 23, and let's graph that, and there's your tangent line coming right along there. So there's your tangent line. Now we want the ray OP. Now how do we do this? Well, that was the other line. Let's go back into y, so we'll go down and put this here. And we want 1/2 or 0.5 x plus 3. And we'll graph that. Now there we have the whole thing, all right? But we wanted the ray, so how do we get the ray? Well, we can restrict the domain. So this is a little tricky thing you want to be able to know how to do. Let's go back to y, and I want to put a parentheses around this, so I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to go down to 4. And here I'm going to put second insert, and I'll put a parentheses in front, and at the end I'll put a parentheses behind it. Then I'll put another parentheses, and then I'm going to put a restriction on the domain. So I'll say x, and I want x to be greater than I guess the center point was 2 because it was 2, 4, so x, I want that to be greater than, so how am I going to do that? I've got to go to math test, so I go to second math, and I'm going to get test. And I go to number. Oops. Didn't get second. Let's try it again here. Let's go to math. It should be test, so it should be second test. There we go. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. And I want x to be greater, just greater than or equal to 2. So I'll put greater than or equal to, enter, and 2. And let's see if we graph it now. So there's our circle, there's our tangent line, and there you go. And that's our ray. And you can see the center there. Because my center was at the point 2, 4, so if x is greater than or equal to 2, it's not going to graph this part. So that's how you can do that. Hope that helps, and it should match the graph we got.